Hello and greetings from my home office in sunny Buffalo. My name is Scott Reed and I am the Sales Support Manager of the U.S. Territory for iDESIGN Solutions. I'd like to thank you for being part of our online presentation of VEX Go, and sit back and enjoy the presentation given by my astute colleague, Dean.
Welcome everybody. My name is Dean Jackson. I work for iDESIGN Solutions. iDESIGN Solutions is a STEM reseller, meaning that we work with schools, school boards, principals, teachers to put the proper STEM solution into the classroom or to be used for extracurricular clubs. Many of you are probably familiar with great products like the VEX IQ and the VEX V5. Both of these products have been around for quite a while and are used extensively in classrooms and as well as used for the VEX robotics competition, which is a global competition. Today I want to talk to you about a new product called VEX Go. VEX Go is one of two new products that has been introduced by VEX to complete their lineup so that it now goes from pre-K to grade 12. Let's take a quick look at a video from VEX that explains more about the VEX Go.
What if there was a system that empowered your elementary students to open a box and build a working robot within minutes? Introducing VEX Go, an affordable construction system that teaches students the fundamentals of STEM through fun, collaborative, hands-on activities. Each set comes with everything you see here, even a mini astronaut figure. The pieces are color-coded and fit perfectly inside both custom cases. Each section is labeled by color and shape to indicate where every part is stored and what part might be missing. This enables teachers to focus more on the lessons and not the cleanup. With VEX Go, not only will your students learn about robotics, they'll learn how to build, power, and code a robot. Let's start with build. We've created free STEM labs that use VEX Go to help you guide your kids through a variety of builds, such as vehicles, robotic arms, and so much more. So, for example, they could build this robotic arm and learn the math behind the arm's angles or the gear's interactions. Next, they'll learn how to power it. Again, they're not breaking something down to start all over. They're building upon something they've already created. They'll take their robotic arm, add on the necessary battery, cables, and switches, and already they've successfully created a motorized robot. So in just 2 class periods, your students have already built and powered their creation. Finally, they'll learn how to code it. VEX Go works seamlessly with our free app, VEX Code, an easy drag-and-drop system that enables kids to learn the fundamentals of coding. So for your student's robotic arm, they can program it to turn, pick up a puck with an electromagnet, and collaborate with another robotic arm to complete tasks together. This is just one of the many examples of what your kids will learn and create using VEX Go. With these easy snap-together pieces, STEM Labs, and VEX Code app, students will grow exponentially in their love and understanding of collaborative learning and build enthusiasm towards STEM learning and careers. This is STEM made fun. This is VEX Go.
Let's jump right in and take a look at the VEX Stem Labs. So what can we do with these kits? As you'll see here, we can start off with an intro to building, physical science, simple machines. And as we move along through the lessons, we can see they get more and more exciting. I see Supercar, Ocean Emergency, and even lessons like Fun Frogs, where we can investigate the different phases of the frog life cycle. Is it too late to get my biology credit? We can also use the VEX Go to teach math, like fractions, or build a complex robot arm. And as with all VEX products, the team at VEX is working behind the scenes to bring us new, fun, and exciting things that we can do with our VEX Go kit. So I dove right into this kit, and it took me about 10 minutes, and I built this. This is the Supercar. So what I loved about this is it's powered by elastic, so it teaches so many principles. I mean, it's a car and it's super, but we teach about stored energy without using batteries or electronics. So this is a great way to get started. Let's see how this works. So we're going to wind it up here. And off it goes. Now, if your students are anything like me, the very first thing they're going to say is, well, if it goes that fast with one elastic band, what happens if we put 2? So I quickly popped it apart, added a second elastic band. Let's see how that works. better. So right away, as you can see, your students are going to be engaged. The build is quick, changes are fast, and it's a lot of fun. They won't even know they're learning. One of the things that VEX promotes about the VEX 123 is how quickly we can get students building and to the coding stage. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a live build of the VEX Go code base. So all the instructions are online, or if you can print it out as a PDF, and we're going to go through and we're going to see how long it takes to get the students to a point where they're ready to code with a robot. Because let's face it, that's cool. Coding is fun, but coding when you're actually coding an object that's going to move around, that's exciting. So, here we go. Alright, we need a gray base. These jewel cases are really unique. It's a great idea from VEX. It's just a great way to keep all the parts organized. And another thing I really love about this is the way that they've color-coded things. They seem to manage to figure out what parts are going to be used together regularly and color-code them together. So I need a yellow, I need 2 red pins. This is going to go down here in the bottom. Another yellow connector. Go right here. Now we're ready for a motor. Oh, they're up here. So we've got motors. We're going to need 4 red pins. 1, 2, 3, 4. One thing I did notice is that, yes, these pins are a lot like the VEX IQ, but the VEX IQ is designed for competition. These pins are a lot easier on fingers to push in and pull out, and if you do make a mistake or if it does come time to take it apart, VEX includes these nice little pliers where you can easily take pins in and out. Alright, that looks good. Now I'm going to take this piece. That's going to go there. Alright. The back of this, we need another 2 red pins. The color coding really makes this a lot easier. Now we need the gray beam. 2. Blue connector. This makes it so much easier to find. Might have to get out the spray paint and my VEX IQ kits and do something similar. That's going to go down here. Red pin. That's going to go down here. And now this is going to go right like that. Looks like now we're going to build the other side. Need another gray base. That goes on there. And again, this is straightforward. You just got to find the right color. Everything's in vivid color in the PDFs or on the screen. As you can see with the amount I'm scrolling, the instructions are 1 step at a time, so nothing too intense. The jewel cases make it really easy. I mean, if I can find stuff with these hands, the kids should have no issues. Imagine that. This just pops in on this side now. There we go. Looks like this now slides together. Like that. We're onto the wheels. 1 wheel, 2 wheels. Shaft collar. pin, blue wheel, blue wheel. Wheel. We need another gray. Again, with the color coding, there's no need to measure, there's no need to check, see if you've got the right part. Pins to the back. I'm going to put that on top like that. We're already on to electronics. So this is the VEX battery. It charges with a normal USB-C. It does come with a charging cable so that you can charge it. And the cable goes this way. Again, this is great instruction because the students need to learn spatial reasoning. Which way does it go? Turning the robot so that it matches the pictures, lining everything up. Four pins, and we're ready for a brain. So this is the VEX brain. You'll notice it has 4 ports on this side, and on this side you'll notice something different. I don't know if you can see it from there, but the ports are actually color-coded. There's a green one and an orange one. So once we plug this brain in to the robot, once we attach it, the orange cable attaches to the orange port. And the nice thing is the clips are different. You can't actually plug this in to the wrong place. Now we're going to plug the motors in, and again, straightforward. That's going to plug into port 1. That's going to plug into port 4. I'm just going to tuck these wires up in here a little bit. That one there, that one there. And we've reached the end of the book. So we now have a robot that is ready to be coded. So now that we've got our code robot built, what can we do with it? So look, we're going to get up close and personal and take a nice look at this. So right off the bat, what we're going to do is we're going to connect to our robot. So the first thing we need to do is turn it on, and that's as simple as pushing that green button right on the top. Next, we're going to connect. Oh, there it is. There's our VEX Go. We're going to pair. Along with the VEX philosophy, what we want is we want students to be able to test out what they've created. So this is really unique here, where next to code, we actually have a drive section. And if we look here, if I switch this to left arcade, I can actually take this and I can actually start driving this robot around right away. So what that tells me right away that we built this robot properly and everything's working great. You'll notice that there's timers in here. If we hook up the electromagnet, we can boost and drop. So this alone can become exercises where you can set up challenges for the students and they can use either a computer or a tablet and they can dive right in and start enjoying the VEX Go. Now that we've got our robot built, we need to learn how easy it is for the students to code it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to codego.vex.com, and that is the coding solution for Windows and Mac computers. It's browser-based, which means that the updates are done seamlessly and there's no software to install. If you're using a Chromebook or you're using a tablet, you can also download the VEX Go software from the Chrome Web Store, from the Apple Store, Google Play, or it's available in the Amazon Store as it will work with the new Fire tablets. When we first open up this platform, what you're going to notice is, wow, this looks really familiar, and there's reasons for that. It's based on the MIT Scratch. So a lot of students are introduced to Scratch, whether on their own or in class, so it's an interface they're used to. Another reason you may recognize it is because it's the exact same coding platform that we use for the VEX IQ and for the VEX V5. So VEX decided that rather than having the students, as they progress through the different VEX product lineups, having them have to learn a new interface, it would be great if the interface remained the same, and what happens is the platform becomes more and more powerful as the students progress. The first thing you'll notice when you open this software is there's a tutorial built in. And that's what's great about this software, is the students really do have the opportunity to learn at their own level. So when it opens, we get this nice little tutorial.
With VEX Code Go, you can program VEX Go to do many things.
So we're not going to watch the whole video right now, obviously, but I just want everybody to understand that there are tutorials built right into this program. So if we go over here and click on tutorials, there are tutorials, and more will be added as time goes on. Again, this is a brand new product, so like all the VEX products, they're constantly working in the background, adding more features. So let's go over this coding platform. So we can change languages. More language obviously will be added. Over here, we can do a new project, we can load, we can save. This is beautiful here with the example codes. So if we open here, we'll see that VEX gives us a nice variety of example codes, and done by category as well. So if you want to learn how to use the different things, you can just click here. So let's do drivetrain. If I want to learn how I'm going to make my robot drive and turn, this code opens up. It tells me that this is for the code-based robot that we've just built, and the gray is comments. So this tells me step by step what each one of these steps of pieces of code actually does. The next button we're going to look at is builds. If we click on this, it actually takes us to a list of all the different robots that VEX has provided us builds for. So these are all the different options that you have for building different robots. As you can see, there are quite a few different builds that you can do with your students. In the middle here, this is where we name our project. So for today, I can call it Dean's Code, rename. Now I've named it. Now if I save it, it's going to save it as Dean's Code. As with any software, save, save, save. Over here on the right is where we're going to interact with the robot. So we can connect the brain, and then we can actually run the software. This button here is where we can configure the robot. So in this case, we already know that it's a code base. But if we were starting with a brand new project, we can actually choose which robot we're working with, whether it's the code base, the robot arm, or the supercar. If we choose the code base, you'll notice we now get new commands over here. We get drivetrain. So what this is these are very simple commands for students to use to get their robot moving. So we can simply do something like drive forward for 100 millimeters, turn right for 90 degrees, drive forward for another 100 millimeters. And you'll notice that these have drop downs, so we can change this to turn left. We can change the number of degrees. We can change it from millimeters to inches. So again, very, very versatile, really easy to get the students started driving their robot around using code. Now at this point you might be saying, how am I going to learn all these new commands to be able to support my students? And the great news is you don't have to. So if we come over here to the little question mark, that's the help, and it says select a block to see more information. So if a student comes and says, what does turn to heading 90 degrees do? We open help, we click on that block, and what it's going to do is it's going to tell us all about that block. It's going to tell us a basic overview of how it works. It's going to show us how to use it, and it's also going to give us some examples of different ways that we can use it. All of this is already built into the software.
So now that we've built our code, you're going to notice there's no download button. We don't actually have to download this code to the robot. The code is processed on the device, and then the commands are sent to the robot. So if we've got a little code we've done here, we can simply click the start button. And as you can see, our code runs. You'll notice that our code actually highlights as it's running. Another really nice feature that they brought out is the step function. So if we end this code, we can actually now go through our code line by line. So as I click this step button, you're going to notice that the when started and now drive forward highlights. And it's going to go and it's going to run that command when I hit step. So there's our drive forward. Now we want to do the next step. We can click the button. We want to do the next step and do the next step. So especially at a young level for students, this is a great way for them to be able to troubleshoot their code and know exactly where the code is and what it's doing and be able to enhance their coding experience.
Now that you've seen all the amazing features of the VEX Go kit, you've been asking, how can I get this? Well, there are different ways you can purchase it. You can buy individual kits, or you can buy classroom bundles. The VEX Go bundles are perfect for classroom or makerspace solutions. Each bundle comes with 5 VEX Go kits, plus 5 of the tiles, lots of walls, and it comes with the carrying cases. So at the end of the day, everything packages up, easy for storage, whether you're moving it to another classroom or whether you're just putting it away for the day. It also comes with a spare parts bin. So you get extra parts, you're going to get 5 extra pin tools, and a parts poster. These bundles are a fantastic deal. Like all of the VEX products, the VEX Go also offers teachers' resources in their STEM labs, which also gives you important things like the pacing guide, curriculum standards, and a list of all the materials that you'll use if you're doing different challenges.
I'm sure by now you'll agree that VEX Go is the perfect platform to get young students engaged in robotics. The build is quick and easy, the coding is very simple, and the robot's designed with the perfect speed so that you can use it on desktops, on tables, and you don't have to worry about it being too fast and driving away off the table. Thanks for taking time out of your busy day to spend it with me today to learn more about the VEX Go product. I hope you had as much fun today as I did. Again, my name is Dean Jackson and I'm with iDESIGN Solutions. Have a great day.